So, how you been? How you boys been?
Good, I
Shut
guess.
up.
I'm pretty tired.
On John.
Why are you tired, Pierce?
I don't know actually. I woke up. I woke up like I woke up for like a couple hours this morning, and I went back to bed. And I woke up for real like almost at 3, and I still did not want to wake up.
Man said,
But I'm
I
here.
want to sleep.
I wish I could have. Some days off, I want to like just sleep all day. Like just like one day, I just want to sleep just all day. But then
It's not fun.
Well, I just feel like I'm just wasting my day off. Even if it's a day off that I do
Yeah.
nothing. Sometimes I like enjoy just doing nothing as opposed to working.
Yeah, you mostly end up just feeling like ass because you oversleep.
Yeah,
So you get hella groggy.
I
Bro,
get
the
that.
grog.
The grogster.
Yeah, those are just sick days for me.
Bro,
I
okay,
can
have
sleep
y'all heard
all
about
day.
that drink thing going around? Brog? Or
I
Borg?
heard
My bad.
something about it. I heard the name, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, but like, apparently some college students got hospitalized because of drinking it in New
We
York.
gotta try this.
Is it like a drink that you make yourself, or is it something
Yes.
that's sold in stores?
You make it yourself.
I think I
Okay.
saved it. The train?
Train.
Train!
The
It would have been great
train.
if, like, the next like YouTuber or startup company was just like hospitalizing kids. It makes more sense. This is just
I
like
said-
some concoction that you're making.
I
is it?
saved
I have no idea.
I saved a video I saw on TikTok about it, and I was gonna send, or I'm pretty sure I
I'm
did,
gonna look it up.
and I just forgot. But I saw something about it. I'm not too knowledgeable on it, but I had heard of it.
So it was called Brog.
Borg.
Yeah.
Borg, like cyborg.
Oh, Brog's a Xenoblade monster.
And it sounds like grog.
Borgs, also known as blackout rage gallons, are plastic
Oh, yeah, they're
plastic
in
containers filled with a mix of
Yeah, they're in
alcohol,
like
water,
plastic
and
milk
electrolytes.
containers, like big like those type of gallon containers.
Diluting the alcohol can make people falsely assume that they aren't drinking as much as they really are.
That's
Borgs typically contain a fifth of alcohol, which equates to roughly 16 drinks.
and you're supposed to drink it all like one person.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a ton of alcohol in it, but since there's so much in it, it like the ratio makes it seem more diluted. So it's like, or the ratio makes it more diluted, so it seems like you're not drinking as much as you actually are.
bro, we gotta do half Borgs.
Borgs. There we go. We'll try it. So you had me thinking, like when you were saying like college kids were hospitalized. I was hoping that they were mixing like some crazy shit, like putting, I don't know, like creatine and caffeine, and then like some like Ajax into a bottle, and they're just getting alcohol poisoning because they're drinking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of
Normal
what
stuff.
I mean. That's kind of what like jungle juice is, if you think about it. Like it's
Yeah.
just like a
Yeah.
very diluted, like large container of alcohol. But since there's so much alcohol in it, or there's a lot of alcohol, but since there's so much liquid in general, it just gets diluted. So you get drunker than you think you are.
300 kills was too little.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to get a VTOL, bro.
For our viewer at home, currently playing Black Ops 2, custom games, we got snipers and we're facing off against veteran bots with only knives.
It's just a fun little time. These guys can't do shit to us. We're just
Out
goofing
of ammo,
on
so
them.
I'm just knifing them.
Except when they accidentally spawn with a sniper, because
That's like a
can't
mini
restrict
boss,
that.
though. That's kind
Yeah.
of fun. So you guys got any topics for us?
What all?
I
is
know
in
I didn't put
Discord?
anything in the channel because I forgot.
I said
Same.
one topic a week from each of us.
Oh God. Oh wait, no, I did put one in because it's been a while
Yeah,
since.
it's been like 2 weeks since the last pod, so we should have some things piling up.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember what this was about, but I just put in awful tutorials.
Was there a
Okay.
tutorial you were playing that was awful, or like, are there like certain things you dislike about tutorials, or are there things that some tutorials do that you dislike?
Pokemon games.
Yeah, the beginning of Pokemon games are always like a slog to get through.
Yeah. Or any like
Yeah.
idle game, like Adventure Capitalist type beat.
Yeah.
Nah, because you could
That's
just
just
like
more so like
fast
getting
tab through that.
opening phases.
Yeah, like tycoon
No,
games.
those are so annoying though. Like after you play one, you pretty much get the gist and can play all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I. What time did I put this in? I put this in. When was the 27th? Yeah, I put this in during work, so I think, I was talking about like really long tutorials that just like barely make any sense.
Like workplace materials.
Yeah,
Remember Kroger's being like 6 hours, and they're just
Yeah.
like, don't. You gotta refrigerate things that need refrigerated, and it's like, okay.
My least
yeah.
favorite.
I think that's exactly what I was getting at. Like, I've had like 4 or 5 different jobs over my lifetime. Some of the lifetime of them varying between them. But like every time I've been training, it's always been, sit at this computer for 10 hours at least and just watch these videos about things you won't remember tomorrow.
Yep.
Yep.
And you're probably not paying attention to anyways because you don't want to be there
Yeah.
doing that. You just want to get out of there.
Stuff where it's like, OSHA mandates that you have to learn about this stuff is like, okay, I get that. But like, I don't need to learn, like, with my job, I work with, I work for the state. I'm a Fed. And
Bro, if you're for the state, you're not a Fed, dog. You're a state guy. You're a states' rights man.
true. Indiana is pro-slavery.
Shit.
Called out.
And we work I work at the Department of Revenue, and we work with this system that we pay a company to use. And part of my training was like learning how to use that system. Most of like the actual training that I did was just watching videos about it. When I got into the system, I had no idea what I was doing because I wasn't like actually learning how to use the system. I was, sat on my desk bored for 7 hours while they tell me where to click at what time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Bro, imagine if your work software like introduction or training was like a game tutorial.
Honestly, I'd like it more.
I hate when you can't, like, I find most tutorials in games pretty boring. Like, I learn much better through experience. They have to be
Yes.
really good tutorials. I hate ones where they're just telling you what to do, and it's just, like, very mundane. But, like, something like Breath of the Wild, where it's, like, that whole, like, island is or, like, the plateau is all a tutorial, basically, and you're not being told, like, exactly what to do. You're kind of just, like, learning as you go along.
Mm-hmm.
But my least favorite thing is when there's normal tutorials and they're not skippable.
Yes. Not skippable tutorials like that are the
Or even
with
worse
my
is
fucking
when
gaming
those
existence.
tutorials aren't skippable in like a new game plus.
Yeah.
Bro, I do not. I have already beaten this game. I don't need a tutorial. I'm in New Game
Bro.
Plus.
This is the 40th time I've booted up this Pokemon game. I don't need to learn how to catch Pokemon again. It's 2 buttons.
It's one good
But
thing
let
about
us find out.
I've been playing through Arkham Knight. If I'm sometimes I'll be bored late at night and I'll be playing through. I'll just play a little bit of New Game Plus on Arkham Knight, and they have AR challenges to train and tutorials and stuff like that, and you don't have to do those in New Game Plus because if you do them once, they're done. And it's not a tutorial, but the Riddler trophies are the same. You don't have to collect them in New Game Plus, which is nice.
Yeah. That's one good thing. Xenoblade's tutorials are basically just you get into combat, and then once you're learning something new, it's basically just a pop-up with text telling you what is this thing, how do you use it, and it's usually only 1 or 2 pages. You press A to get through it, and it saves them for if you forget or you just mash through it, so you can just go back and look at it. So if you don't care about what's going on, you can just mash through and it takes 2 seconds. And then unless you're talking about Xenoblade 2, where in the most of the tutorials just have completely wrong information. And that's great.
Is Xenoblade 2 good? I feel like I don't ever really hear good things about it.
Lovers of the first game hate of when they played it on the Wii, hated it because it was too anime. If you like anime, you loved it, or if you started with the game, you loved it.
Okay. Do you love it?
I loved it.
Was it your starter game, or are you an anime guy?
Oh.
Well, I loved anime and I started with it, so
Double whammy.
The
Yeah.
double whammy indeed.
Why didn't you start with the first one?
Oh my god. I think I heard Alvarad talk about it, and he was like, this was before 3 came out, and he was like, this is the best JRPG of all time. And I was like, all right, it's got big anime booba. I'll take a look at it.
Nice.
And I was very impressed. And then in Final Fantasy 15, I'm pretty sure, I haven't played a lot of it, but I'm pretty sure in the base game, there's barely any tutorial stuff, but there's a whole very long tutorial thing for the people who want to learn about all the different stuff you can do that's completely optional.
Mm-hmm.
So I like stuff like that.
I think Metroid is just one of the best franchises when it comes to tutorials. They're playing back through Prime and now Fusion. It's so clever with how they do a show don't tell type thing, where it'll just put you in a situation where you're gonna have to figure out the mechanics to solve it. And I like that. I mean, it's not a super complicated game, so you can get away with not having a tutorial, but it's still cool feat.
Okay. But fuck wall jumping in Super Metroid.
Yes.
Yeah. They did not need to make it that difficult.
I grew up a Game Boy Metroid fan, so I didn't play Super Metroid until later. And I don't know. I think a lot of people say Super is the best of the 2D Metroids, but I think both Zero Mission and Fusion are better.
I have
prefer to play
enjoyed
those.
I have enjoyed Zero Mission the most so far.
I really like Super Metroid, but I think part of that is because basically after I beat it, I watched all the speedrunning and stuff and challenge runs.
I still definitely love Super Metroid. I love all those games, but
There's something about Zero Mission that really
screw up on the others.
There's something about Zero Mission that really grasps me more. I don't know what. But like, I was really into Zero Mission way more than I was with Super Metroid, and I was kind of playing them at the same time. What's next?
What is on the topics list?
That was my one topic in the last 2 weeks.
Has anything happened that hasn't been in our topics? Any news?
I didn't watch the new Mario Brothers trailer today. Was it good?
Oh, it's dude.
Yeah.
This movie looks so good. It's a really good
Hell
trailer.
yes.
Was there much more shown in that trailer than the others?
I don't know.
We saw Fire Donkey Kong.
Yeah, they showed fire
He's on
Donkey
fire?
Kong. He ate a
Yo.
fire mushroom or a fire flower,
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
and
How
it
does it
shows a lot more of like the Mario Kart stuff, and it shows more Luigi.
I just hope that the movie isn't just like reference. Like Mario Kart gets a pass, but I hope it's not full of that type of, like.
It looks really good. Like they're trying. It looks like they're trying to like tell a really nice story. There's a rumor going around, or a theory going around, that Spike Foreman, who is he's a character in the movie who was like Mario. He was Mario's boss in the game Wrecking Crew. When Mario was a carpenter. And people think that like he's gonna be kind of an antagonistic role to Mario in like the real world, and that he's going to, because from what we've seen of like his design, or I think it might just be comparing his design to the original. People are thinking that he might turn into Wario by the end of the movie.
Yo.
Okay.
And it's like you give Wario like a real like origin.
I'm thinking we're gonna get, the Wario Waluigi post-credit sequence. I mean, it's been working with the Sonic movies. Everyone talking about Tails at the end of the first one, and then
Shadow.
Shadow at the end of the second. It's good.
I gotta watch the Sonic movies, bro.
Really good.
Watch the second one. I've seen the first.
The
First
second
was good.
one's good. The second
Better
one's
than
a
the
lot
first?
more, probably. It's a lot more Sonic than the first. Like this Sonic definitely, Sonic definitely is like the key character here. The human, the cop guy isn't really. He's more like side stuff.
But did it make Ethan cry?
I haven't seen the second one.
Dang, really?
For real, on God, on God.
It's really good. You guys would like it. It's fun. It's really fun. It's very like it's very faithful to like Sonic as like a franchise. Like,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
feels like a video game. You got like Super Sonic in there and stuff, and like Chaos Emeralds. It's good.
Yep.
Well, hell yeah.
Suicide Squad got delayed.
Delayed, damn.
Honestly,
Tomatoes.
honestly, I'm not dismayed. I'm not dismayed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that is
I-
for the
I'm-
better.
don't know.
You know,
Did like the studio say that it's because of the fan backlash?
yeah, that's just what people assume, because when there's typically when a game gets revealed and there's big backlash and it's delayed, typically it's because of the backlash.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
Halo.
just not sure what.
I don't think big things are gonna change.
Yeah.
If I
they're
had,
not going to fix the problems people have, because
I think they can fix some problems.
Those issues.
I think they can fix some problems. I think one of the biggest things they could do is one of the biggest things they could do is make it playable offline. Because I know that was a big issue, was that no matter what, even if you're playing single player, you have to be online to play the game. I could see them change that. I think that would alleviate a lot of people's worries. Because that was one thing people brought up, and I understand it, especially with Avengers being taken. It's not, I don't think it's being shut down, but it's being taken off the marketplace. Is that since this game is always online and it's a live service, one day this is going to shut down, and the final performance of Kevin Conroy will be lost forever. You'll only be able to watch it on YouTube videos. You know, stuff like that. It's like that's a completely valid thing to be upset about. You know, not being able to have access to a game anymore or have to be online. I think they can change that. Maybe they'll make some of the gameplay less grindy or something like that, or tone down some of the elements that people like. The elements are going to have to be in there. The game's too far along. But maybe they'll just like tone down some of the elements that people aren't liking. I'm just glad it's not releasing in May anymore, because Zelda's coming out in May. I think, isn't Jedi Survivor also coming out in May?
I don't know.
I know it was delayed, maybe to May, but I mean that could be the entire thing. Is like the delay is mostly just to get out of the way of those other big games.
Yeah.
Try not to compete with them.
But either way, whether or
by the time.
not they did it because of backlash or because of the other releases that month, it still gives them time to fix things that people were upset about.
Yeah. Yeah, but
it still gives them more time to
offline
polish.
Thing that could be done, but pretty like the majority of criticisms seem to be about like the loot system and
People just
how
don't.
stats work. But I think some people are saying like, oh well, they can fix it.
No, they're not going to change that. That's a whole fundamental thing.
Yeah.
I think they'll just tone it down, if anything. Just make it a little small, like, it's not as, like, big of a deal to, like, maybe it's not as grindy or, this or that. But the game is the game. I don't think you don't build a game like that and change it.
Bro, I'm pissed at the people who are mad that like gear has numbers attached to it.
People hate like health bars too. Like just the concept of a health bar they hate.
I get it. When it comes to
What?
like the Arkham games.
Bro, you're telling me you don't pop off when you see big number on screen?
Yeah, I don't really, man. I think like it takes away. The
Bro.
Arkham games have always been like a more cinematic experience, and I don't know. That's
Yeah, but
one
these
thing that
Yeah,
I
but this
definitely
isn't the
don't
Arkham
like
games.
about. Yeah, it's what I mean. It's Rocksteady. It's in that universe.
Because it's the Because you got to remember, it is the Suicide Squad. It's gonna have a very different tone to it. So you
Yeah,
kind
but I
of
don't
gotta
think like
have.
that's the Suicide Squad's vibes. Is like big Destiny number, I just
I've never.
and
That's
that
never
turned me off
been.
with Gotham Knights too. Like it's just
You
it's
don't-
just- I don't
you can
know, it
turn them off.
Doesn't feel right.
But that's the thing is, you can turn them off in a lot of games. In Gotham Knights, you can turn off both the damage numbers and the health bars in the settings. All they do is
That's
just.
good.
All they do is my thing is like I don't care about them. All they're doing is showing me information that I wouldn't have previously known. It's information that's still there. That it's just nice to know exactly how much damage I do in a single punch or a single shot. But it's not
I
like
think too. Like I just don't like gear management. It's not. It's not
I've
something that
never.
I want to do. I want to play as Captain Boomerang. Like I don't want to worry about getting the right shoulder pad on. And also, I think the biggest, like, the most valid criticism is, like, if I'm playing as Captain Boomerang, my primary weapon should be a boomerang, not a gun.
That's
If
the
you're
one.
Harley
That
Quinn, it
is
should
the
be a
one
bat.
thing that I. That's the one thing I'm with too. Is
I
that
should be able to. I should be
I
mostly
don't.
eating people as Killer Shark.
I
Yeah.
don't have an issue with like the shooter mechanics. It's not like it's not entirely. It's not like insane and out of the realm of possibility for them to all use guns, but it would be nice to have like to like feel because that is one thing. And I don't know, maybe we just haven't seen enough. Maybe that gameplay showcase, because there are like more than just guns. Like there's melee weapons and stuff like that too. So maybe we just have to see more. But like it would feel nice. It would be nice to just like go up and just like you're just punching and eating people with King Shark. Or, hitting people with, which I don't, again, I'm sure, I bet you probably can eat a person as King Shark. It's probably like a special move or something. I'm sure it's a thing.
Yeah.
I think.
But I think it's reasonable for people to be upset and like wish instead of going with this gear system that's, going to be about grinding and keeping it, the game going post beating the story, because you keep, it's like Destiny. You beat the main story and then you go back and you play and you play and you play to get, the chance of getting the rare gear, which is like, I know for some people that's great, and I think there's already a plethora of games like that out there, and I think it makes sense to wish that a Suicide Squad game wouldn't focus on that and instead, focus on creating like 4 really distinct characters that, like really honing in on their individual weapon systems.
Maybe it's just too much of like,
synergy.
maybe it's just too much to do focus on 4 in-depth characters.
No.
But I think that like, just because my thing is that just because the gear system exists doesn't mean it's grindy. Like Gotham Knights is not grindy. I was over leveled in that game. I never once looked at, the only time I ever had to look at like the like resources I got to like craft gear was like if I got a super high level suit that requires like a super rare resource that is hard. But like pretty much anything else is like you don't have to grind in that game at all. And like if the gameplay loop is fun, a lot of times that like, see, this is what I would hope for. Either it's not grindy, or if it is grindy, I don't think that's a problem as long as the gameplay loop is fun. Because if a gameplay loop is fun, you can be grinding and not even realize it. Because you don't feel like you're grinding. You feel like you're having fun playing a game. Because the game is just fun to play.
Yeah, I don't think the game's going to be grindy, like, by necessity. Like, Destiny isn't grindy by necessity. You can play through the main story and be done. I just think that's the reason they went with this system, is to give it longevity for those who do want to grind and get the best gear. And I just, in the whole system, like, I couldn't be fucked. I don't want to do it. I don't like, even if it's, like, in Gotham Knights, I don't like spending any time in the menus putting on the right, sticks and constantly changing my sticks, because, I want the slightly better ones with the better gear score. Just let me, like, have, let me level up and have a skill tree, and, my base stats also increase with every level up, and then I can put a costume on my character. Like, that's how I feel like these superhero games should go. And I don't think it's like, oh, well, that's, the times are changing. Because you look at Spider-Man. That's how Spider-Man is. And it's fantastic. I just, like... it's just a Suicide Squad game sounds so cool.
To me, if there was
going this
to
way.
me, if there was any game that was gonna be like this, it was gonna be a Suicide Squad game. Like if there's one game that I see them like doing this big of a turnaround, it's gonna be a Suicide Squad one. I think the problem is that like they're just not doing a good job at showing the game. Show us why we shouldn't be concerned about these gear systems. You know, because we don't have enough information. And from what they did say, like, because a lot of people base their concerns around just the gameplay video, but like they had like a whole like interview thing that like they spoke very passionately about, and like the way they talked about it sound like it made a lot of sense, like when they talked about it. But like they need to like come in and be like explain these systems so that people aren't worried that these systems are gonna have an issue. Because I trust Rocksteady. They've made like they haven't like done anything super like terrible in their games. All their games have been pretty well received. I can't imagine that like that they would just all of a sudden fall apart like this. I think
I mean, like from what I've seen, it's like the system isn't that like dissimilar from like God of War. That I like the God of War system.
True, and it is gear.
It is, but also God of War, especially Ragnarok, it's not so much about like, you know, like adding different armor pieces and like, you know, increasing an overall gear score. There's like synergy between armor pieces, and like if you get a full set, like I had the Stinky Hands build where I don't think, you know, if I punched with my fist, I applied poison. And there's also not that many gear options.
Do we know that there's going to be like
feels significant.
Do we know that there's going to be like armor gear, because all the cosmetics in the game are going to be just cosmetics. They said they don't affect gameplay at all. So it might just be like switching between different weapons.
Maybe.
Because they said cosmetics don't affect the game, because that was like the whole selling point on the Battle Pass, is that you're not like unlocking anything game changing in the Battle Pass. I think one thing games need to do is what Halo does, where your Battle Pass doesn't go away. You can always, like, the Battle Pass is always there, and you can always level up any Battle Pass that's ever existed in the game. Like, Halo Infinite's just started its 3rd season, but you can go back and work on seasons 1 and 2's Battle Pass still.
Well, that's pretty dope.
I see it going the Gotham Knights way, where, like, gear, there will be, like, armor-type gear, but you can, like, override it with certain costumes and things that, like, take on the appearance, but it still has the ability of the whatever.
I'm sure they said I'm sure they said in the thing. Trying to look at a picture.
Yeah, like I trust Rocksteady. I'm almost certainly gonna buy this game.
Yeah, I am.
Day one. I'm gonna give it a shot. It should be a fun game to pool on. But it's not possible now. But I just wish they did a different type of game.
I think that the story of this game is going to be very good, at least.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they have to get right if they want to win people back.
And it looks like
they
are.
Sucks, it's over.
Like, just that one scene they showed where, like, Wonder Woman captures Flash, and she's like, how do I stop this? And he's just like, you have to kill us. It's like... That's pretty crazy. It's like, that's such like a... That's such a hook, you know? Like, that makes me want to play the game. Over everything else. Like, I played Gotham Knights. I can play this game.
Yeah, I'm looking at like screenshots of the game. You get a loadout, which is 2 firearms, like a primary and secondary, a melee weapon. It looks like you get like grenades as well.
That's what I was trying to look for.
a shield mod, which I imagine just gives you
Defense.
like more health,
So that's armor.
and then traversal mod, which I don't know what that
That's from Gotham Knights as well.
I imagine it'll be different. The
But you
traversal
couldn't really
looked
change
cool.
it.
The
I like
traversals
the
that they
bouncing
showed.
around shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at. I'm looking at their FAQ page.
So just the concept alone of like kill the Justice League is super compelling. It's just I wish I was, if there's a really sick Flash boss battle, I think it'd be, cooler to be throwing boomerangs and using a big hammer rather than just everybody shoots at the Flash. But is what it is.
But then again, maybe it is because you can have like melee weapons too. We just need
Yeah,
we
I
need to
just don't
see
think it'll be as
more.
depthful as it could. This is just like,
At least it's 60 FPS.
speculation. It is. That's good.
I'm gonna call
is
it
very
the
good.
first character is gonna be Peacemaker. Because they said they're bringing in
I don't know,
characters
kind of a deep
post-launch.
cut. Not anymore, but
You don't think they would do Peacemaker with how big he is right now?
yeah, no, it makes sense for sure.
They would do Peacemaker or like I don't know, who would you guys want to see for a DLC character?
Deathstroke.
Yes.
As a Suicide Squad member?
Yeah.
I find him much more interesting when he's working on his own. Or like he's not being controlled by someone. He's
I just like him and want to play as him in something. He's a cool villain.
Deathstroke is awesome.
When do you
Killer
guys
Croc.
think battle passes will be like? When do you think the next thing will come? The next what's the next monetization thing that takes the world by storm?
Ooh.
God, that's so hard to predict. I don't know.
There's so many. I feel like there's such potential. But right now, the world is like on a kind of crazy precipice, like geopolitically speaking. So
This
I
man's
wouldn't be
getting
surprised.
geopolitical.
Yeah, man.
Well, I just asked about
So-
battle passes, bro.
Well, we're
Well, I
starting
wouldn't
to
be
see-
surprised if in the future we have to see some kind of like patriot, like nationalized version of a battle pass or something.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you unlock that good health
The
care at
nation-
tier 50.
I was gonna say Social Security is at 50.
Bro, I'm be grinding that battle pass, bro. Can you buy tiers?
Imagine.
Oh, bro, it's
sure.
America. Of course you can.
Bro, this man did not just say we're gonna have battle passes in real life. Isn't that
Like,
just
I
your?
wouldn't be surprised.
Isn't that just
if
your
they did
age?
At some point.
No, you've seen like restaurants are considering subscription services. And like I don't know, I just think that's gonna happen to everything and everybody's gonna subscribe to everything until eventually like you as a person might have to subscribe to a country.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
We do. It's called taxes.
Yeah, for real.
True.
Subscriptions are getting into games too, and I'm not even talking like Game Pass. I mean, there's that Fortnite pass where it's like, you pay a certain amount a month and you'll get a certain amount of, battle tokens guaranteed.
The thing is, like, I don't care as long as it's free. Like, if it's a free game, I don't care. Like Fortnite, that's fine. GTA, that shit's because like GTA has a subscription service. It's not that expensive. It's like $6 a month. Like, it's not terrible. And you get like money every month, and you get like cars every month, and like different perks every month. It's like, bro, this is like, well, I guess it's not a $60 game. It's pretty cheap now, but like, still, it's a paid game. I hate when paid games do free game monetization.
COD.
Yeah. they
Yes,
have no
COD.
need.
COD store would be totally fine if the game was free to play.
Yes.
Nah, that shit's still too overpriced.
It is a little. Like, you know that new Shredder skin's gonna be like $30.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fortnite's, I think, the best.
Fortnite is the thing that started all of this stuff, but it's the only one that does it right. Or it does it the best.
Yeah.
One thing I hate about Fortnite monetization, and it's not just them. Like COD does this with COD points. Fortnite does it with V-Bucks. The packages for buying V-Bucks or COD
bonus?
points are such that like the cheapest one will be about 100 V-Bucks less than the thing you want. And then to get
Yeah.
the next tier up is $20, and you're gonna get 800 more, and then you'll have extra. Like it's such a sneaky little way to get you to think like, oh, well, actually, it's a good bargain, when really you're just being forced to buy something you otherwise wouldn't have bought. Or I guess you can always save them for the next thing, but then for the next thing, you're still going to need more.
Until it adds up back around, which
Yeah.
does it ever?
Yeah. That shit's annoying.
COD does it the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On John.
Because, like,
Yeah, I haven't bothered with. I mean,
I haven't bought things on COD in a long time.
yeah.
I bought, dude, I was a fiend for, like, supply drops and shit, bro. I loved buying supply drops and opening them. Black Ops 3,
Bro.
getting like DLC weapons and stuff, making your friends mad.
Yes.
I spent way too much money in Advanced Warfare to get the Obsidian Steed.
Dude, I got like all of the best variants, and then I sold them all.
You could sell
I think-
them?
I can't believe you did that still.
You can like
though.
dismantle them.
Oh. Why did you do that?
I don't, because I was like, I'm never playing this game again.
And now sometimes we go back and play that game. Speaking of, I should download it.
See, it sucks that, coming over to Xbox, I lost all my like legacy COD,
No.
like ranks and.
Okay, so yeah, there aren't any armor like things. Like so the cosmetics are just cosmetics.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping that game's good.
Another thing I don't like about, I'd hated this in Destiny, in every looter shooter I've played. Like, the way progression works with like getting a gun that's
Let's do a party
10
game, Jackson.
levels higher than another gun.
Okay.
Like if you like how one gun plays, it's like ultimately better to give up the gun you like playing with for a gun that has a better gear score.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't like that.
Yeah.
Apparently
Yeah,
I
that's-
don't have it.
Some games in the late game you can like boost your weapons back
You
up.
had it
but
on
a
disc.
lot of the time it's not. Like it takes time to get to that point.
You had the Steelbook, remember?
You right. Oh, I don't know where it is.
What
Let's
game?
see if I can find it.
Advanced Warfare.
Warfare.
Ooh, I do not have that. How much is it on the store?
Probably too much.
$60.
I don't know. It goes on sale pretty often though. Typically when there's a
Games
sale.
like that should be permanently reduced to 30 and then put on sale from there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
Yo, do we all have Hot Wheels downloaded?
We do. I do.
We could also play that.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Yes. Yes. I don't trust. Actually, like, I think that it's probably like nothing will beat like the nostalgia of 3, and it'll probably be like monetized to death and critically panned. But I love that they're making it.
This man does not have faith, but he is happy
I
nonetheless. I have no connection, so
I used to have the GameCube because actually I started playing with my cousin, and I liked it so much that my mom got it for me for Easter, This is when the Wii was
Yo,
out,
the
but I had
Easter
Wii
Bunny was
model.
going off that year.
Dude,
for real.
Easter Bunny gave me Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. He's a real one. But it, like those original Wii SKUs that had the GameCube player in them, I used that to play on the Wii. But had to use the Wii Pro controller.
Classic.
I never got one because I had a GameCube controller.
This guy is so
I didn't
cool.
have
He
a
had a
GameCube
GameCube
until
controller.
got with Krista. Now I'm going back to that era through her collection.
I had played GameCube games, but I didn't own one until I was with Sydney. I don't think. Oh yeah, because I just had a Wii, so I never bothered buying one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a GameCube controller when I got Smash Bros. Because I could not play that shit on a fucking Wii controller.
Bro, I was playing that shit with the Wii and nunchuck.
I could not. I never had a GameCube.
Bro, I was 8
but
years old.
I went over to my. Okay, I went over to
Did not matter.
my neighbor's house like quite a bit, and played Melee with him. So like I was so used to GameCube control like Smash Bros. The Wii controls felt awful.
No, bro, I was like 8 or 9. I did not care about the controls. I was just having fun.
It's crazy that like I feel like most kids in our generation had a Nintendo handheld. Like I had the Game Boy Advance, then I got the DS.
Yep.
But no, I had a PlayStation household when it came to consoles. Like I had the PlayStation 1 and then the PlayStation 2. Then like every family at once switched to a Nintendo household when the Wii came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't a Switch. That was like an addition. Because people
Nah,
still
I-
still bought like people who weren't gamers switched like bought a Wii and that was the only thing they had, but like people who were gamers and like would have a PlayStation, usually they would end up having a Wii and a 360 or a PS3.
See, but like my dad, he was a PS2 and a PS1 gamer, and to this day he is a Wii and Wii U gamer actually now.
Wii U.
He loves the Wii U, bro. He won't go to the Switch. but
My dad
like
loved the
before
Wii.
then, like when I got the 360, he never played like that. That was like my thing, and like the family was ultimately still on the Wii and Nintendo track,
Family.
even though before the Wii, everyone was playing the PS2.
Bro, tell your dad to get Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah. All right.
When do you think Brand
sat next to 50 Cent tonight at a Pacers game.
What?
No way.
Yeah, he's
Oh, he
he's
wasn't.
good
I
buddies
saw
with
an
a Samsung
ad.
executive.
Oh, I saw
Did
an
you see my dad in the ad?
I saw an ad that 50 Cent was in town doing bottle signings.
Him and Will.
Bottles for
Will Ferrell.
what?
I don't know, bottles of alcohol. I just saw an ad earlier. I thought it was funny. I almost sent it because it just looked goofy. It was
Yeah,
just like on Instagram.
My dad's rich friend got him Pacers courtside tickets, and they were next to 50 Cent. So that
Let's
shit's
go.
crazy.
Did
Dad
he
stumbled in the
ask
meetings.
if
50 Cent.
if I give you $1, can I get change?
Shut up. What else happened?
I feel like a lot happened, but it's been 2 weeks, and like our whole perception of time is fucky
Gone.
now. With what has happened in these past couple weeks.
Bro, daylight savings is coming up this weekend.
Is that not
Oh.
over yet?
No,
Isn't
it's
that
not.
ending?
Or like it's like spring forward.
So we lose an
Oh,
hour.
that's the bitch one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one sucks. Usually I'm up for the hour change. And then it like makes me have to go to bed. So I'm like, oh shit, well now it's like 3 or 4. I don't know what time it is when it changes.
Yeah,
I feel like we always managed to schedule bulls around DST, and then like our high asses would be like, it's 4 again.
Bro, for real, we
Yeah, for real,
gotta
bro.
be having those fall bulls where we get an extra hour of bulling.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure we're doing that every year. That's gotta be like an event. That's like the extra bull.
Becomes a yearly occurrence, like Super Bowl.
It should.
Bro, that's the
God.
literal Super Bowl.
Fallback.
Extra
It's
hour.
longer
we'll do
than any other bull.
Fallback
Fallback
bull,
bull.
Super Bowl, and then Fishmas, dude, are going to become our tradition.
Bush bull.
True, Bush Bull.
Bush Bull. Oh my God, I forgot about Bush Bull. What a classic.
Bro, I'm excited
for
for
Fishmas, bro.
That's one of our best holidays yet.
Yeah, for our listener, we've decided we're going to do a fish fry in the summer. And exchange gifts, and it'll be Christmas in July.
It's gonna be great.
Fishmas.
Are we doing a gift exchange where we each bring one gift and we get it around, or do we each get each other a gift?
I think,
Gift
I don't know, it depends.
exchange.
Certainly at some point, once we're all like in stable jobs, we should definitely do like we each get each other a gift. But, in the meantime,
Bring a really nice.
we each get one bussin' nerdy gift. Do like a white elephant for it.
Yes.
That's gonna be hype. All right, let's look. Oh, Elon Musk, like, did you guys see what he did yesterday with like that guy?
I did not.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
do that too.
Yep.
You didn't hear about that, Ethan? There's some
I-
guy who works for Twitter. He made some like software, or like he made some company, and like he sold it to Twitter in exchange, and instead of taking like stocks, he lives in Iceland, I think. And instead of taking
Okay.
stocks, he took the payment in the form of wages, so that way he pays taxes on it because he lives in Iceland, so it's not a bad thing to
Okay.
want to pay taxes because you got healthcare and shit.
Again.
Yeah.
And plus,
You
and
guys were not ready for that one in a chamber
no,
game.
I'm never ready. And he's got like muscle dystrophy, muscular dystrophy, and so like he's
Sucks for
losing.
him.
So he like that sucks.
And Musk like revealed that he gave away his PHI.
Yeah,
which
Musk.
is not like particular. He can be sued for that. And now the guy's staying at Twitter because essentially he has all the legal ground here.
Well, the thing was, because he took his payment in the form of wages, if Musk were to fire him, they would have had to pay him the rest of what they owed him for his company.
Oh.
And which
that's
would have been like
probably a big
100.
amount.
It would have been like $100 million.
Ooh.
So so Musk probably went back on that and apologized because he didn't want to pay $100 million.
Yeah, he got like
Yeah.
that on top of being like potentially sued. It's just he's such an idiot.
So one of the things he was like, Elon Musk asked what he was working on. One of the things he was working on, and he said Figma, which is the name of a thing. Like that's the name of a thing that like the legitimate thing he was working on that Elon Musk was asking him was Figma, and Elon Musk just replied with like the laughing while crying emoji because I guess he thought he was just making a joke like Ligma. But that was like that was legitimately what he was, like what he was working on.
So like Musk should know the names of the stuff he's working on first of all.
I saw someone point out because the whole reason that this whole thing started was because the guy reached out to Elon on Twitter and he was like, "Hey, I have not had access to my like work stuff, and no one can seem to verify whether I still work for Twitter or not. Maybe if I tweet at you and this gets enough retweets, I'll find the answer." And then that's when the whole conversation started.
Damn.
So, like, someone pointed out that, like, Twitter must not have a functioning HR department.
Yeah.
I saw a video where someone was like, just start putting that you work at Twitter on your resume. They can't even verify who works at their company. Who actually works at their company. They're not going to look up to see whether or not you work there if someone were to call them.
They'd probably just say yes.
Because they don't even know who works at their own company. Yeah. It was not a good look for Elon.
So I work at Twitter now.
Yep.
Hey, same, dude.
I actually was the old CEO.
A couple weeks ago. Yeah, I moderate the porn.
Fuck yeah.
Haven't done anything for 2 weeks, so tells you how that's going.
Elon's just embarrassing, bro. I hate it when he tweets stuff about stuff being fixed because it reads like someone who looked up like coding words and like put them together in a sentence.
Yeah.
They could
There
be
was
correct.
one problem with Twitter, and bro was like, "We need to redo the whole stack," and I was like, "What?"
He's like, we implemented
everything.
He's like, we implemented a new set of code stacks that should hopefully fix our API problem. It's like, is that what you're doing, or did you like look up the words? Like that could totally be like you know when he tweets stuff like that, that could totally be what's going on. But because it's coming from him, it sounds like someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. He could totally know what he's talking about.
All the
But
time.
I can't take him seriously. What'd you say about Marvel crossover in the... You put Marvel crossover in the topics channel, Jackson. Isn't that like just the MCU?
I don't remember. So how about Ant-Man?
Damn, bro. Ant-Man single-handedly killed MCU trilogies.
Yeah.
He is like... I totally get, like, what he means by that. Honestly, like, especially with Ant-Man, because from a business standpoint, both the other Ant-Man movies, the second one in particular was not well received at all, and they don't make a ton of money. So it's weird that they keep making them from a business standpoint. You know? It's like, well, if it didn't work the first two times, why would you go all in on a third one and make it even bigger? Just stop and let other people shine. It's like, I get what he's saying.
Fuck.
I don't think he's solely right, but...
Which is what the MCU kind of wants, though, you know?
Introduce new people.
Mm-hmm.
It also keeps it easier for, you know, for newcomers, because you don't want to have this MCU where people feel like, well, before I see Ant-Man 3 where they're introducing, like, or they're, you know, pulling all these characters from Loki and this and that, it's like, that can feel overwhelming if you haven't been keeping up to this point. So I think just, like, having new characters like Shang-Chi, audiences feel like, oh, this is just a new thing that I don't need prior.
Mm-hmm.
To put all the hours into.
Well, even with like Ant-Man 3, you only really needed to see Ant-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of need to see Endgame to like. They discuss a lot about Quantum Realm in Endgame.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot more to be like, there's a lot more there for people who have seen the Avengers movies, the Ant-Man movies, yes, but also Loki.
But everyone's seen the thing is though, everyone's seen the Avengers movies, but not that
That's
many
why they
people.
keep talking about the blip.
Yeah, but they aren't doing anything interesting with it. Show me the effects. Don't I want like a show. I want
They did with Falcon and Winter Soldier, but everyone hated it.
I want a
True.
show that's just
I
like
liked that show a lot.
I didn't hate
It
that
was
show.
fun.
I thought it was fine. Like I thought it was
I liked it.
I thought it was a solid show. Like there's nothing. I thought the terrorist girl was very goofy and didn't really earn being evil, but because she just like randomly decides to just like blow up like a hospital of innocent people.
Yeah.
It's like, that's weird. But like everything with like Falcon and Winter Soldier, I enjoyed with Bucky and Sam
I
and
think that
John Walker.
John Walker. Yeah, that was kind of cool. He was a little unhinged and
the
like
Isaiah
not in
Bradley
like
stuff
a.
was really great too.
Yeah, that too.
And I think that the
Yes.
Falcon's speech at the end of the last episode is like the most Captain America thing to happen on screen by a Captain America, where he's like, works to criticize both sides and like argue for unity. I thought that was
Yeah, well, Steve Rogers is my Captain America, so
like that shit was great. I love that speech at the end.
Yes.
man, they need to like. They're not. I really hope like they're doing a lot with him because like I feel like they introduced Sam as the new Captain America and then they just went full in on Captain Carter.
Kinda like they did some alternate universe stuff in What If, and then they did like.
And then they're doing
Right,
more with her
right.
in the second season. I bet she'll be in Secret Wars or King Dynasty. It's like we just
But
got
it's a What If.
yeah, but it's like we
I don't
just got a brand new Captain America. I'd like to see more of them or more of him as opposed to
I think there's
Captain
room for
Carter.
both. We're
Yeah, but
getting
that's the
Captain America
problem
4.
is that yeah, but that's so far away. It's like we've already got
She's a
two
good What
things.
If character.
We've already gotten two.
Yeah.
I don't care much for her.
As
She's not. I
long
don't
as
think
she
she's the
remains
most
a What
compelling,
If.
but like, I don't know. Seeing her,
Her-
in What
her-
If and then having her in
Her morals are so similar to Steve's that it's pretty much just a female version of Captain America. She doesn't have too much about her that makes her super interesting as a Captain America. I feel like.
that's
Besides,
No, she's British.
true, she's not British. She's
Or
she's not Captain America. She's a British.
Captain Britain.
where they say bottle of water.
They do say bottle water. I've been thinking a lot about, the MCU has been very divisive with Phase 4.
Yes.
And I feel like there's just like there it's starting to become a problem in the terms of people are starting to get more divided than like they usually are in terms of like we're starting to get it's almost like it's starting to turn into like a Snyder fan like thing. It's not that extreme, but like in terms of defending movies and hating movies, it's starting to get that extreme with a lot of people. And I think that like I feel like you can like a movie and still recognize like issues with it and want a movie to be better. Like you can still enjoy a movie and still want it to be better. And then like
No. If I like a movie, it is perfect in every way.
and then like the people who hate on them, like let people like what they want and like have like because a lot of times they don't have valid criticisms, and a lot of times there are valid criticisms. And it's like I think you know, um, I put in the chat that they're equally right and wrong because like they like the the super enjoyers are right in terms of like it's not terrible like there's still like stuff to enjoy and like you shouldn't be super critical of it, but then also I think some of the haters are also right that like some of this stuff isn't as good as it should be. I think there's like a middle ground that people need to find, but there's so much like fighting like on the internet right now of people. It's like you either love the MCU or you hate the MCU. You're not allowed to like enjoy the movies but also recognize their faults and want better. It's like you're either one or the other.
Bro, since the day I was born, I have been going to movies to have fun. And I'm gonna keep doing that. I don't care if the movie is a 6 out of 10.
If it looks like I'll have fun, I'll go.
I think like I'm gonna always have fun at MCU movies, but I do want better. Like I enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp, but there are definitely things about it that I wish were changed and like that I wish they
Yeah.
did differently and would have made a better movie. I can enjoy it, you can enjoy a movie and still think that, there's things they could do better.
No, absolutely.
Just because someone's criticizing a movie doesn't mean that like
They hate it.
it's the worst thing ever, and just because you love a movie doesn't mean that you can't like take criticism, and then vice versa. Just because someone loves a movie doesn't mean that you gotta shit on them for liking it just because you don't like it. I was just thinking about it because so many people get
Fucking centrist, bro.
I am, bro. I am a centrist on the MCU. People just don't. I don't know. They don't be thinking right. They be thinking wrong, bro. I just see that a
Hey,
lot.
man.
People hate on it.
If that's wrong, I don't want to be right.
Alright, when we talk about the Spotify AI DJ.
Bro, he went off today. He played clowncore during work.
Yo. He knows what to get going, bro.
I enjoy the Spotify DJ. I imagine it'll get better as as time goes on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'm
But
sure
it's pretty
it collects
solid.
data from its use, too,
Yeah.
I don't know how he prefaced this, like queue of songs, but he was like, something, starting off with at. And it was half an hour of Japanese songs with Japanese names, so of course he didn't pronounce it right. And then after that, it was like 10 different Weekend songs.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what vibe he was going for.
Well, he switches up the vibe. Like you can click the DJ button and it'll switch up the vibe and it'll like change up, the types of songs it's playing.
Yeah.
So anytime the DJ comes
Yeah.
back in, the vibe is changing. I think they should add a feature to keep a vibe going. And
That
then
would be
you can
cool.
switch it.
Mhm.
Because the vibe usually ends after like 5 or 6 songs. Or it can even end after like one song. It'll just be like, here's a song you listened to a lot in your past. Like a blast from the past. And it plays like one song. And it's like, now here's some of the newest songs in the world of rock. And it plays like the top charts in rock and
He started playing Australian Psych,
yo.
and it was really interesting. I added one of the songs to the playlist.
It's a really
Let's go.
it's a really fun way to like find new music. It's like
Yeah.
because I mean a lot of what it does is just pulling from the playlists that Spotify already makes, like Discover Weekly or top 100, this that new releases, but it does it in a way that makes it more engaging. You got a DJ there talking to you, playing music based on your listening. It makes it feel a lot more like personal and like fun to use, as opposed to like being like, And sometimes the lack of choice, like that's one reason I like shuffle is just I don't have to pick a song. The song just comes on. I'm forced to listen to it.
I always be skipping during shuffle.
I do too.
Same.
But like, I'm not skipping to find a specific song. I'm just skipping to find a song I like. But I think that's one thing that like cable has done well, or that I really enjoyed about cable as opposed to like streaming, is that you can go onto a channel and like something will be playing and you just gotta watch that specific thing.
DVR was so hype back in the day.
It was.
And now that's all we have.
But like Paramount has a thing where Paramount Plus has a thing where they have like TV channels for like different things, and there's like a SpongeBob TV channel and just like always has random SpongeBob episodes on. And it's like, so you don't gotta go pick what it is. It's just on.
Here's fan art I drew of Dobby dying in a glue trap.
Hey, yo.
Yo.
Anything else? What else happened?
Should we go on to ones?
Yeah, I think it's one's time.
To the ones.
Daredevil is missing its best characters.
From the, I think like the production name, it was like Out of the Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be like him obviously going outside of New York. Or at least going outside of
I
Hell's
thought
Kitchen.
that was specifically for the episode on that picture. I thought that was specifically for the episode, like because that whole thing was that they were in Harlem. Like they're filming it in Harlem. So it's like he's out of the kitchen. He's not out of New York, he's out of the kitchen.
Mm.
And he's going to Harlem. I think we're gonna get there were rumors that Jessica Jones was gonna be in it, played by Kristen Ritter. And like a month or two ago, maybe, she posted a picture, or maybe even more recent, but she posted a picture with what's his name? The guy who what's his name who plays Luke Cage?
Oh, I don't remember.
Something Coulter, maybe?
Yeah, it's something Coulter. That's the only thing I could remember is Coulter.
It's
but Mike Coulter.
Mike Coulter.
But she posted a picture on Instagram with him, and she like called him Power Man in the bio or in the description. So people are thinking that he's going to be in this show too, since they're filming in Harlem for whatever they're filming for right now.
That would be sick.
I'm sorry. Okay. I looked up like Luke Cage actor on Google, and it gave me like this suggested like what else to search for. And it was for Alfre Woodward, who played Mariah Stokes. Why was her name Black Mariah?
Because that's her name. That's just her name. It's Black Mariah.
Okay.
Bro, I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, White Jackson.
Yeah. Man, season 2 of that show ended very interestingly with like him taking over the club. And then like
Yeah.
I think there was a little bit of it in Jessica Jones season 3, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Jessica Jones, like the end of season 2 of Jessica Jones just lost me.
Season 1 was
Yeah.
so good, and then season 2 was just like, what happened? Like it's fine, but like compared to I think season 1's like a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Kilgrave was such a good villain too.
Like one of the best
Yeah.
villains.
And she was like the best character in Defenders.
Yes.
Although I still don't remember remember what her reasoning was for being in the show. Because like
I don't remember
that and Luke
anyone's
Cage,
reasoning.
like I know both Daredevil and Iron Fist were like both connected to the hand.
I think maybe Luke. Well, because he knew. Did he know them?
He knew Daredevil knew Jessica Jones, I think.
Yeah,
And
No,
he knew one of them, didn't he?
yeah. He
No,
definitely roped
I-
one of them into it.
I think he only knew Misty.
Maybe it was just because of um
Or not Misty. Misty's the cop.
whoever the new.
Who is Rosario
Yeah,
Dawson's
that's
character?
because she knew everyone, right?
Yeah.
Or at least she knew.
That's Night Nurse.
Yeah, night nurse lady. I don't remember what her name is,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think she knew everyone. She probably.
Yeah. A quick Google search yielded
Yeah.
no results.
Because I remember in Defenders, there's like a whole scene where like Jessica was like using her PI skills on Daredevil to like prove that Matt Murdock is actually a superhero. She was like, "Here's all these pictures of a blind man doing crazy shit." It's like, oh well, shit.
Cocaine Shark releases July 7th on digital and DVD.
Cocaine Shark.
Yes.
Yo.
Let's go.
All right. Ones,
Twos.
Goodness.
threes, and fours.
We got Ethan here tonight on the ones and twos.
All right, who's
Oh
going?
my god. Cocaine Shark.
Pierce, you can start.
No, I'm thinking.
All right, my one this week has got to be classical music, like a general like genre.
Let's go.
We had classical music playing all day at work today, and it was going so hard. To
Big if
chop
true.
suey
Were we
anyone's
hopping on
ass.
Hot Wheels?
I'm doing a quick 18 and getting off.
Lame and cringe, bro. This dude thinks he works a job.
I don't work tomorrow.
All right, who's next?
Did anyone say a one?
Ethan did.
I did.
What did you say?
Oh, I said
Classical
classical
music.
music as a genre.
Okay.
Popcorn
my-
Jackson.
My one is Xenoblade 1. It's pretty good so far. It's crazy, like going from like 2 and 3, where like it's the same base mechanics, but like evolved out of to like going back to where it all started. The only thing I don't like about the game so far is that there's so many fucking side quests. I think I looked it up and there's like 400. Where in like the others it like wasn't at all like a pain to go through. Like the second you get like mobility or like you can act on your own in the game, it's like side quest after side quest. And of course I like doing them all, so I gotta do them all before I can go on with the story.
Devastating.
Yeah, but besides that, pretty good game.
Hell yeah.
Popcorn, Sam.
Hidden in the dark
My
there.
one for the week is gonna be Metroid Fusion. Just got added to Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. It's the game that like made me fall in love with gaming. Some people consider it like a lower point of the 2D Metroids because it's more linear than the others, but it's perfect for anyone getting like into the series. It's a nice first one, and I feel like the combat in Fusion offers more challenge than some of the others. So I don't know. Fantastic game. I'm on a Metroid kick recently, so
You're always on a Metroid kick, bro.
Prime.
True.
For real though.
Mine is gonna be the Justice League animated series.
Hell
So good.
yes.
Going through that, I decided to start watching it while I'm still finishing up B task because there's no real like they're all episodic. There's not like any continuity really. And then when I'm done with B tasks, I'll move on to. I'm either gonna go to Superman, to go to S tasks, or go to Beyond.
Bro, Beyond is pretty banging.
And then after
It's
Justice
like it's
League,
got a
I'll go to
coherent
JLU.
story.
I've heard Young Justice is fantastic.
I'm just talking about in terms of the DCAU, like that universe of shows.
Mm-hmm.
But then after I'm done with that universe, I'm gonna go on to. I kind of want to watch Teen Titans.
Yes, you do. It's so good.
You know, I saw it
I
off and
watched it
on
like
as a
last
kid.
year.
But I also want to watch Titans because you guys say it's so bad.
It is.
I
It's
gotta
so
see it,
Ah,
bro.
but it's so great.
Dude, I gotta watch Gotham Knights. That shit looks so bad. Batman
kinda
wearing a
hyped.
I'm
suit.
not watching that shit.
Batman wearing a suit and tie. His Batmobile is just an Audi. Dude, I'm so hyped. It's gonna be so
They had to
good.
know what they were doing. Like, you're trying at that point to be bad.
Bro, I wish I had an Audi, but I got an innie.
Rip, bro.
Nah, dude, Audis are fucked.
Audis are fucked.